Why does someone get to hurt other people and walk away unscathed? Well, the answer is they don't. Not really. You may not see all the ways narcissists cause their own pain, but they all do self-destruct in very predictable ways. So first, let's talk about how narcissists make impulsive decisions without thinking them through. And these hasty decisions may come with consequences. So for example, narcissists may splurge on lavish purchases that wreck their finances. Or they may sabotage a business relationship just to get revenge. I know some of you have dealt with that personally. For a narcissist, it's all about instant gratification. But those rash decisions can backfire badly. They won't admit that it was their fault, of course, but still, they're left to deal with the consequences. Now for a comment that really illustrates the narcissist's impulsive nature. My sociopath ex-business partner was/is great at this. He remembers our business as being great, which it was for a while. The reality is that it could have been 20 times bigger. His impulsiveness cost us millions, and he got bored, so he drained cash and company time for his personal lifestyle and entertainment, when the company could least afford both. He will never take responsibility for anything. Fortunately, he's in my past. Haven't spoken to him in a couple of years. And this is a really good lesson for all of us. Never get into bed or business with a narcissist or sociopath if you can help it. So if you are seeing red flags, get out before it gets worse. Now let's talk about the narcissist's relationships. I think you know exactly how every relationship with a narcissist ends. It's not pretty. And while it appears the narcissist is in control and getting exactly what they want, I'm not sure that's the full picture. You may know that narcissists typically cycle through supply, which in relationships means people, and they cycle through very quickly. But if you've been through the cycles of narcissistic abuse a few times, meaning you've gone through a few rounds of love bombing, devaluation, and discard. So if you've been through this, you may notice that the narcissist actually seems to have very little control over these cycles. It's almost as if they're driven to behave in these destructive patterns. Because really, why would anyone willingly blow up their own lives in this way so often? And trust me, none of this is to say that we should feel sorry for them, but if you think of it this way, it becomes a lot less personal, doesn't it? So instead of feeling like you could have been better or done better, if you can understand that this person is basically cursed to repeat the same destructive patterns without end, it's no longer about you. And I kind of like that takeaway. But as some of you well know, these cycles aren't limited to romantic relationships. Narcissists are out there wreaking havoc with friends, coworkers, and family members too. And all the while, they're burning bridges. A narcissist will push people away to the point where they have no real meaningful bonds left. And eventually, they may find themselves alone on their very own island of self-importance, especially as they age and their looks and charm diminish. And here's a comment that basically sums up how narcissists end relationships. I'm still struggling with no contact. I was trauma bonded. She has burned so many bridges and been so cruel since suddenly discarding me. I need closure. 15 years of close friendship ended in accusations against my character and ghosting. So unfortunately, closure is a myth. It's not something you can get from the other person, because actions paint a much truer picture. And when you really look closely to those actions, nothing's left unsaid.